Let's bring in our next guest, fempreneur, Sherill Calhoun. Hello, Sherill. How are you? Always so good to see you. And you look great, as usual. The Fempreneur Network, why don't you tell people at home what that is?
The Fempreneur Network is actually a coalition of women who get together to help one another in their own careers. So we have resources, we have 45 resources in an umbrella that help women who really just don't feel like they have the skills that they need in today's marketplace to be competitive. We put them together so that they learn together.
Did you start this because you felt like women were getting the short end of the stick in business?
Well, I started it because I've worked with so many women who are not making money in their business. I really felt like the real reason was that they didn't have the skills to compete.
Mm-hmm. And what's your network looking like now?
Awesome. We are growing every single day. There are women coming in from all over the United States and Canada.
Wow. And what are those numbers like? It's huge.
Those numbers, well, the entire connection of people that we have is well over, spills into the millions, actually. But that's just because of the network that we have of women who, for instance, if you're a person who has a social media network, and your network has, say, 5,000 people, then there is a technical equation for that shows how many people that actually touches exponentially.
Right.
And so we have enough women in our network that we're into the millions. So our outreach is really great.
Wow. Wow. And what types of women do you have in your network?
We have web designers, we have business strategists, we have brand strategists, we have self-care strategists, we have speaking strategists, self-image strategists, you name it. We have everything.
So if you're in the network and you need some assistance in a certain area, you just go right to that person and you can expect that you'll get that help?
Right. Yeah, stellar. We have stellar. I mean, as you will find out in a moment, we have stellar women in our network who are very experienced at what they do.
And we have one of those women Skyping in right now. Her name's Kayce Hughlett. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Hello, Kayce. How are you?
Hey, Chuck. I'm great.
Nice to see you. What is it that Kayce does, Sherill?
Well, I'm going to let Kayce tell you that because Kayce is a rock star.
Okay, from one rock star to another. Kayce, how are you?
All right, here goes. I love that intro. One of my, probably as I was listening to Sherill about this idea of the Fempreneur Network, probably my specialty in that area is in the self-care and really the whole woman and helping women empower themselves. And the way I do that is by taking them to Paris.
What?
And,
wait a minute. You empower them by taking them to Paris? I want to be empoweed.
Sorry, you might have to put on some lipstick and a skirt.
It's okay. How is it that you empower women by going to Paris? Credit card?
You know, I feel like the way women really can grow their lives, grow their businesses, is by getting grounded in who they are. And one of the ways to do that is to surround yourself with beauty. And what's more beautiful than Paris? The other thing is to be uncomfortable, because most of the people that go with us, they may not have ever traveled before, or they haven't traveled alone. They don't know how to speak the language. And so we invite them to come, and I'm in conjunction with another woman named Sharon Richards, and we go soul strolling.
Soul strolling. I love that. That's a good term right there, soul strolling, and especially on the streets of Paris. How long have you been doing this?
About 3 years now.
And tell me what happens when to a woman when she goes to Paris with you and comes back. What's the difference?
Well, our real goal is to, like I said, to empower women. And so I'm a very experiential learner. And so we put them in these experiences, And we challenge them each day in terms of, what do you really want to do? And it could be they want to stay in the apartment. It could be they want to go for a walk by themselves. It could be any number of things. And so what happens when they come back after living that way for a week and being witnessed, so they have other women, sisters, like-minded people that are saying, hey, I saw you step out of your comfort zone and you rocked it. And so they come back and they have that memory really in their body of, oh yeah, I did that.
Wow.
And so that's the difference.
So are you talking about introverted people?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be, but also extroverted people, they have a hard time slowing down sometimes.
I know. And what were you
Okay.
going to say, Sherill?
Well, you know, just a case in point. I mean, I know women who haven't driven to Visalia before, haven't driven out of Hanford or Lemoore to Fresno before, and
Because
so
they'd have to get on the freeway?
yeah, they'd have to do. It's stepping outside of your comfort zone to do that, and so you know, this is just a beautiful way of getting women into an atmosphere that allows them to enjoy, like Kayce said, beauty, but things that are not familiar to them. Kayce also is an author, and she just finished another book.
Let's
Kayce?
hear about that, Kayce.
Okay, well, I happen to have a copy right here. So this is a novel, actually, and it's called Blue, and it came out of that place of, it was one of my risky things to do, and stepping out of my comfort zone. So it is, of course, it's a story of women. It's 3 women's journey, and you don't quite know how they're connected, but there's a sense of movement and story and a little bit of magic, and it's releasing on September 10th. So very exciting time for me.
And I am going to be in Seattle for the release of that book with her.
How fun.
Yes.
How
Yay.
fun. I love Seattle. Is that where you reside?
It is.
Awesome.
It is.
You know, I want to go back to your Paris trip, and
Yes.
I'm really interested to know, how did you come up with this? Was it, did you go to Paris by yourself and came back feeling empowered and want to
Yes,
share it
sir.
with others?
You nailed it right there, Chuck.
Wow.
I went.
And then I'm also interested in, how do you sell this to people? Because don't they go, come on.
Maybe some, but I mean, you want to go, right?
Well, sure. I mean, after talking to you for a while, I can see it. But at the very introduction of it to people, I can see where they'd be like, I don't know. But then, do you have testimonials from women that have
Yes.
gone, including yourself?
Absolutely. Yes, we try to do. We have some video testimonials. We have lots of written testimonials. We really encourage conversation, because it is about connection. And so I agree, it can be a hard sell, but once they start to talk to people who have gone, and we blast pictures out while we're there, and people start to feel it, and they see it, and then they watch their friends come back, and they're doing different things. I mean, this last group that went with us was fabulous. And we have another group coming up in October. And we have a couple of spots left. These are small, intimate groups. And so October 17th is our next trip.
What's the weather like in Paris in October?
It is beautiful. And the crowds are gone, the tourists are gone, and there's really more space to just enjoy, but the weather's still nice. You can get some rain, but we always forget that it rains. So you just get a great umbrella.
Let me ask you this then. If there's a couple spots left, what's the cost of this journey?
The cost for a single room, so a private room, so you get your own space. We rent apartments, and so they're really beautiful. It's 7 nights, 7 meals, everything that we, all the activities that we do together. and it's $3,300.
That's
Wow,
that's not a bad deal.
Awesome.
That's
It's
not,
a bargain.
That includes flight.
No flight.
No.
You have to get yourself there.
Okay.
You do
All right.
have to get yourself
That's
there.
still a heck of a deal.
I think so.
Yeah.
You're going to go, aren't you?
Oh, I am going to go. And you know, what is a hard sell about having a glass of wine in the Eiffel Tower or coming back more confident? What
Well,
is a hard
Well,
sell about
I
that?
think I like the tour guide. That's it. I think I'd want to go with her.
Yeah.
Well, Kayce, that just sounds so awesome. It sounds like a great way to get empowered for women. And one more time, talk about your book.
Okay. My book is Blue. It's called Blue, a Novel. It is a subtle psychological mind bender where three women are moving towards each other, and it's one of those kind of where are we going, who done it. It's very reflective of life, and it's fun, it's easy, and you can go as deep as you want, or you can just sit on the beach and have a fun romp.
A nice little mind bender session.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Kayce, thank you very much for Skyping in. It was nice talking to you. Good
Thanks
luck
so
with
much.
everything.
It's great to be here, Chuck. Great to see you, Sherill. Thank you.
Cheryl, thank you very
You
much. It's
bet.
always so good to see you.
Good to
Thank
see
you
you.
for what you're doing for the women in the Central Valley.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on the Buzz. Stick around.